Hi children, hello, how are you all? Welcome to your home school. This is your class 10 mathematics NCERT or CBSE board. We are in our new chapter, that is your chapter 4 circles. Before starting our chapter, we are going to have a tiny introduction about a circle. What all you know about a circle? Before years, we have learned something about a circle. Right? So let us recollect what all we know about a circle and we will learn some extra points about a circle. Okay. Immediately what you remember children, if you say any circle word, you can imagine a circular shape or a round shape, right? That is a plane figure and it is a closed figure. Yes, it is a closed figure. And it is also a plane figure where you can imagine a circular path. So let us see an example. See this one. What is this? It is a bangle. Bangle is in which shape? Circular, round in shape. But what you can see only the outer ring. Right? Inside hollow it is. Only outer ring. This is a circular shape and it is a circle and I can see only outer ring. What is this ring called as? Circumference. Yes, you know all this, right? So now, close the area. Imagine that this bangle is closed like this. Or you may imagine a circular plate. So at that time what you can see, you won't see only outer ring. Completely area and also outer ring you can see. So the path inside the circle we call it as a area. Only outer ring we call it as a circumference of a circle. What is the formula? Circumference of a circle. What is the area of a circle? What all you know about a circle children? Circle is in round shape. It is having a center to if any circumference a line is joined, that is called as a radius, and if the same line touching 2 points in a circle, it is called as a diameter. These all we know, right, till now. Now in this session we are going to learn more deep about a circle. Okay, let's start. Circle, it is a collection of points. Where are points here? Let us imagine every point you can see here, each and every point is touching together to make a circular path. Yes, collection of points which are equidistant from the center. See this is center. Center is represented by the letter O. What is this point children? Center is represented by the letter O. Collection of points which is having a equidistance. Equidistance means any point you try to join the center children having same distance, means all these lines will be equidistant from the center. That means all the radius in a circle are equal and this line segment joining center to any circumference of a circle, we call this path, this line is called as a radius and is denoted by small r. The distance from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle is called as a radius and is denoted by small r. By the way, how many radiuses you can draw in the circle? Infinitely many. Each and every point, collection of points I am saying. From every point you can draw children. See, this is radius and this is radius. This is also radius. So infinitely many. But one point you should know, in a circle all the radius drawn from the center are equal. What is a circle children? It is a collection of points, full round you can imagine. It is a collection of points and every point to the center is equidistant to one another. That line what it is framed is called as a radius. All the radius in a circle are equal. Your next point is chord. What is a chord children? Have you heard of it? Yes. It is a a line segment. Segment means where the line is having an end points which touches the 2 points on the circle. If any 2 points it touches, suppose let me put 2 points. Let me try to join these. This is a line segment AB. OP is a radius. AB is a chord. Why it is a chord? A line segment which touches the circumference at 2 points. It is just touching, it is not going outside. Where they are the end points of this line segment. Anywhere you can draw, children. Look here carefully. I can draw as many chords. See, these are all the chords. Imagine straight lines, children. Right? Many chords. How many chords you can draw in a circle? Infinitely many. And what is the biggest chord in this circle? So, biggest chord is nothing but the diameter. What is diameter, children? The chord which passes through the center of the circle. It is also one of the chord. AB is a chord. But AB line segment is passing through the center. So that is called as a diameter. And diameter is the biggest chord. How many diameters you can draw here? Infinitely many. Almost many chords you can draw. So observe here. See, like this, like this. Any chord which passes through the center makes a diameter and is represented by small d. Another circle I have drawn here. So, what is this outer ring called as? Circumference. We know that. So, let us write the formula for it. Outer ring is called as the circumference of a circle. What is circumference of a circle? Formula is 2 pi r units. 2 pi r units, where r is the radius and pi value is 22/7 or 3.14. And suppose if this area, if I talk, what is area of a circle, children? Area of a circle. Area of a circle is equal to pi r square units. Always area will be in square units. Area of this circle, area of this complete circle is equal to pi r square units, where pi value is 22/7 and r is the radius of a circle. So now outer ring is called the circumference of a circle. Full region bounded by this circumference is called as the area of a circle, and the point center, this is called as a center, represented by O. And what all we learned here? Collection of points which are equidistant from the center. Radius, it is a line joined from center to circumference of a circle. We call it as a radius. And what is the diameter? Diameter is the biggest chord or a longest chord, you can say, children. Longest chord in a circle. This is 1 mark bit they may ask you. What is the longest chord in a circle? Diameter is called the longest chord in a circle. Just understand here. Suppose let me draw a chord and let me draw another chord on opposite direction of center. And biggest chord. Diameter is the biggest chord or a longest chord, you can say. Say suppose this might be 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, it might be 10 centimeters. Diameter is the longest chord in a circle. Next, what can we learn in the circle still? We know about a circle, circumference, area of a circle and radius, diameter. Diameter is represented by small d. Chord, you know, chords are equidistant from the center and they are, if they are equidistant, if the length is equidistant, then automatically they will be perpendicular to the center. And one more relation. What is the relation between D and R? Where D is the diameter, R is a radius. What is the relation? You can remember that diameter is, if this is R, this must be R. If I talk about AP, AO plus OP, that means R plus R. Diameter is equal to 2R. What is diameter? 2 times the radius, or radius is equal to half of diameter. Radius is half of the diameter. What is the relation between diameter and radius, children? Diameter is twice the radius, or radius is half of the diameter. Equal chords, children. Here this PQ is 4 centimeters and AB is 4 centimeters. Means the length of the chord is equal. Equal chords are equidistant from the center. If they are equal on opposite side of a center, equal chords are equidistant from the center and they are perpendicular. Okay, next we are going to learn about a segment, arc and a sector. Segment. What is a segment? The region bounded by arc and chord. First we should know what is an arc. So look here, children, it is a part of a circle. Any arc you can take. Let me mark this. Can you observe with a blue color I am drawing on the circumference of a circle? I say this is an arc. Arc means what? It is one part of a circle. From here to here I am saying. Let me mark here AB. AB is an arc. How can we represent this? With a curve like this. AB is a arc. So now what is a segment? The region bounded by arc and a chord. So from A point to B point you can join. What is AB line? Line segment, it is a chord. The region which is bounded by a arc and a chord, this is called as a segment. What is that, children? Segment. This full complete area I call it as a segment. If you want you can shade, children. So completely if you want you can shade like this. Okay. So the region, it is bounded by a curve and a chord is called as a segment. Now in this circle, how much part it is shaded? A little part it is shaded, right? Means you may say it is a minor and this is major. Right? Yes or no? Then this is called as a segment, and in this circle, this is a small segment. So I can say it as a minor segment. Minor segment, and what about this segment? You can see a big curve, means it is a big arc and a chord. This is also a segment, but whereas this is a minor segment and this becomes the major segment. Major segment includes center of the circle, whereas minor segment does not have any center. That much you can remember. What is a segment? The region bounded by arc and chord. Major segment. The region bounded by arc and chord, it includes center. It includes center of the circle. The region which including the center. The region which contains the center, children, that is called as the major segment. And the region which does not contain center, that region we call it as a minor segment. The region which contains center, this we call it as a major segment, minor segment. What is a segment? It had a curve or an arc and a chord. Okay, the region which is bounded by arc and a chord is called as a segment. And in this is a minor segment, and the region bounded by the arc and a chord is also a segment, and this is a major segment. Major segment contains center, minor segment does not contain center. Arc, it is a part of a circle. What is major arc and minor arc? What is major arc, minor arc? You can see here children, only the part of a circle you can see here. Suppose if I mark any C here, right? I say major arc ACB. You can see here children, ACB. This arc is called as a major arc, and this arc I call it as a minor arc. If you want, you may write one more letter also. So in order to differentiate, I have written here C. ACB is a major arc, AB is a minor arc. Means only the outer part of a circle, means the curve, circumference what we talk here, we deal with the arc. Arc is only boundary children, it does not contain inside. Whereas a segment, complete region bounded with arcs and chords. Semi-segment. Now, what is semi-segment here? Suppose in a circle, semi means what? Half. What makes semi in a circle children? Diameter. Yes. Diameter makes a circle into semi. Semi means half. So this side one part and this side one part you got. So this region is a segment and this region is also segment. Both are semi-segments. What are those? Both are semi-segments. And now one more point I like to say here, angle. Already we have seen. What are all the angles formed in these segments? Look here, in a semicircle. Suppose if you make angles from that end point to this point, all the angles will be perpendicular. That means 90 degrees. Do you know this? Semicircle angles are perpendicular. They are 90 degrees. If you want, you can draw angles in this semicircle also. It will be right angle. Then what about angle in major and minor segment children? So look here. Major segment, if you draw any angles like this, what happens? All the angles so formed are equal. All the angles are equal. But what is that angle? So you can see here, the angle is thin. Yes or no? The angle is minor, small angle you can see. So what you can say here? Angle is acute. So now look here, you have to make an angle like this. So draw the angles here. You can see the angle. See here? This angle. What is this angle here? All the angles formed in this segment are equal. But what type of angle they will be? They will be obtuse angles. As we have seen in our lines and angles children, we know about angles. Acute angle less than 90, obtuse angle more than 90, semicircle 90 degrees. Always angle in semicircle is right angle. Acute angle where you get in a major segment, obtuse angle you get in a minor segment. So semi-segment means this one is semi-segment children, where the semi-segment it is a region bounded by arc and diameter. There we have talked about chord and arc. But in semi-segment, we talk about arc and diameter. The region bounded by the arc and diameter is called as a semi-segment. Now one more last topic here, that is a sector. What is a sector? Let me draw another circle here. Right? So, what is a complete angle of a circle children? We all know that is 360 degrees. From the center, any two radiuses if you draw in a circle, okay, the region bounded between two radiuses and an arc is called as a sector. What is that? Sector. Suppose you can imagine a cake, one piece is cut out, or a pizza, how many pieces you can cut out? Those are all you can remember, right? Those are nothing but the sectors. What is a sector, children? It is a region bounded between the two radius and an arc. This is a minor sector and this is a major sector. So this part is minor sector and this is major sector. Where this minor sector, major sector, minor segment, major segment are all we talk in our areas of circles. You can see many circles on board, right? Each one we are going to discuss now. So observe first row, children, here. Circle and a line you can see. Line AB, circle with center O. Here, circle with center O and a line. What you can say here? Something is different from this figure to this figure. Circle with center O and your line AB is here. So what you can observe from these three figures? Here, the line is non-intersecting to the circle. Non-intersecting means what? It is not touching. This line AB is separate and your circle is separate. Both are not touching. Means they are not intersecting. Now here you can see on circle a line AB is touching at 2 points. Yes or no? Touching you can say, or you can say it as a intersecting. Line AB is intersecting at 2 points on a circle. What is the intersecting point we call, children? See here, these 2 points, there is a name. What is that name, you know? We call it as a point of contact. Point of contact. A line AB is passing through the circle. Is it stopping? No. It is passing through the circle, intersecting at 2 points on the circumference of a circle. Then this line will have a name. What does this line name, children? We call this line as secant. What is a secant? A line which passes through the circle, touching at 2 points of the circumference of a circle. Or you may say like this also, a line which intersects at 2 points on the circumference of a circle is called as the secant. How many secants you can draw in a circle? I don't know. How many? How many you can draw? Infinitely many secants. Observe here. What are all these? These are all the lines. The lines which are passing through the circle, intersecting at 2 points on the circumference of a circle. All these lines are secants. How many secants we can draw? Infinitely many secants we can draw in a circle. Next, third case. You can see a line is touching at only 1 point of the circumference of a circle, or you may say intersecting at 1 point, means this is a point of contact. A line touches only at 1 point of the circumference of a circle. Then what is this line called as? We call this line as tangent. How many tangents you can draw, children? From 1 point, how many tangents you can draw? Infinitely many. Where the line is non-intersecting and here the line is intersecting at 2 distinct points. And that line we call it as a secant. What is a secant, children? A line that intersects the circle at two distinct points is known as a secant. We can draw infinitely many secants on a circle. Next, coming to your tangent. Tangent, it is a line which touches at one point on a circumference of a circle. How many tangents you can draw, children? You can draw from one point of contact. Only one tangent you can draw. Right? So next, a tangent to a circle is always perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So where is the radius? Look here, OP is the radius. Tangent is always perpendicular to the through the point of contact to the radius. What is a tangent, children? It is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. And what more you should know about this? This tangent, where it touches the point of contact from this point to center of the circle, the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Radius or a center of the circle through the point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent. That you can see the statement here. A tangent to a circle is perpendicular to its radius through the point of contact. You got to know now what is a secant, what is a tangent. How many tangents you can draw? From one point of contact, only one tangent you can draw. And now, suppose this is a radius, right? Extend to join the circumference. What is this now? It is a diameter. Now if I try to draw one more tangent, let this be CD. What happens here, children? AB and CD are the tangents. Here also it is touching at one point. Let me mark it as Q. AB, CD is parallel to one another. These two tangents we call them as parallel tangents. How can we say? Diameter end points, when you draw tangents, those two tangents are parallel. And from the point of contact, they are perpendicular. And this is also perpendicular, this is also perpendicular, means it creates an angle, right angle. Look here, you can see many circles from the same center. Can you observe here? Same center, I have drawn many circles. Means what? From the same center, children, O, I have drawn one circle with radius 1 centimeters, OA as a radius. I have drawn a circle. Again, from the same point, I have taken 2 centimeters, I have drawn one more circle. Again, from the same center, taken 3 centimeters, drawn another circle. What are these circles called as? It has a name. What is that? That is concentric. Concentration towards the center. Same center, many radiuses. Or same center, many circles having different radiuses. Concentric. These circles we call it as a concentric circles. Okay, what is concentric circles, children? Having same center, different radius. Many circles will be there. Okay, now you can see two same circles. 2 centimeters radius and also 2 centimeters radius. Then what do we call these two type of circles? We call them as congruent circles. Why we call them congruent? Same radius, different centers. Yes or no? Here, different radius, same center, concentric. Same radius, different center. Then these type of circles we call them as congruent circles. And last but not least, that is, you can see a circle. Somewhere I have marked a point here, children, that is P I have taken there. What is the point marked here? That is called as the external point. Means it is outside the circle. and this point I call it as external point. So from the external point, how many tangents you can draw for a circle? Observe here carefully. How many tangents you can draw? I can draw from an external point. From this external point, how many tangents I have drawn? I have drawn only 2 tangents. And you know that tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. Tangent is always perpendicular from point of contact to the radius of a circle. Means it makes 90 degrees. And one more tangent. This is another tangent, right? And this is also makes a right angle from the point of contact to the radius of a circle. So always understand here one point. Tangents are always perpendicular to the radius of a circle from point of contact. Now, I have taken a point, external point. How many tangents you were able to draw from one point? Only 2 tangents you can draw. Right? Now, they are perpendicular, we know. This tangent is perpendicular to this center and this is also perpendicular to this center. Now, I will say the tangent's length is also equal. How can I say that, children? Look here, the length of tangents drawn from an external point P to a circle are equal. So, let me mark this A and this is P, this is B. I will say that AP is equal to BP. In future, we are going to learn one theorem. In that, we can say directly, we can prove that, children. External point, we can draw 2 tangents from one external point. And these tangents are perpendicular from point of contact to the center of circle. And the length of the tangents is equal. How they are equal, we are going to see in the theorem. Okay, let's have a quick recap of the session, children, today's. That is, first we have seen about a center of a circle. How we have seen what is a circle. It is a plane figure or it is a closed figure. The collection of points which are bounded from the center and they are equidistant from the center. And a line segment joining the center to circumference of a circle, we call it as a radius. If you want any one circle you take, this is a center and the collection of the points are equidistant to the center of the circle. And a line segment joined from center to circumference of a circle. Okay, any point if touches, that is called as a radius. And a line segment which joins any 2 points on a circle is called as a chord. The longest chord in a circle is diameter and it is represented by small d. What is diameter and radius relation? Diameter is 2 times radius and radius is half of diameter. Okay, still what we have learned? Major segment, minor segment, arc, major arc, minor arc. Arc, it is a part of a circle. Suppose let me take any arc. It is a part of a circle. Any arc, children. Any curve you can see. Okay, arc, part of a circle. A region, the region bounded by the arc and a chord. This region is called as a segment. Either this may be segment or this region, this arc and this chord, this is also a segment. This is a small piece you can see. This is a minor segment and this is a major segment. Or other words, I can say major segment includes center, minor segment does not include center. Next, coming to minor arc, major arc. So, small curved part, this is minor arc and the long curve you can see, this is the major arc. What is a sector? Sector is a region bounded between 2 radius and an arc is called as a sector. Sectors also you can say this, children. This is a minor sector and this is a major sector. Complete angle of a circle is 360 degree. Okay, and still what we have learned, what is the circumference of a circle? It is 2 pi r units. Area of a circle, pi r square units. Okay, next we have seen non-intersecting line, and here intersecting lines, that the line is intersecting at two distinct points on the circumference of a circle. Then these types of lines are called as the secants. How many secants you can draw? As many secants you can draw in a circle. A line which passes through the circle, it is not staying there. When it is passing, it is touching at 2 points. Means that point of contact, it is called as a point of contact. And this line we call it as a secant. Next, coming to tangent. Tangent, it is a line which touches at one point of the circumference of a circle. It just touches and goes in its own path. Right? That line is called as a tangent. It is a line that intersects the circle at only one point. How many tangents you can draw, children? From this point 1. But how many tangents you can draw for a circle? Infinitely many. See here, I can draw here, I can draw here, I can draw here. These are all the tangents. It is a line which touches at only one point, but never try to touch like this, children. See here, circle does not touch this much part. Only at one point it touches. Okay. A tangent, it is a line which touches at one point of a circle. And tangent is always perpendicular to the center or perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Tangents are always perpendicular to the center of a circle. And if you draw tangents to the opposite ends of a diameter, then those tangents are parallel. How many parallel tangents you can draw here, children? So look here, if I draw one more diameter like this, I can draw one more parallel tangent here. How many diameters you draw in this circle? That many parallel tangents you can draw. You can see here many circles, same center. Then these type of circles, we call it as a concentric circles. And here, same radius, different centers, we call them as congruent circles. From an external point, if you draw, you can draw only two tangents to a circle. Okay, and those tangents are perpendicular to the center. The length of the tangents will be equal. What is the length? AP and BP. AP is equal to BP. We are going to prove this by a theorem in our next class. Let's start our exercise here. That is your exercise 4.1. How many tangents can a circle have? What is your first problem? How many tangents can a circle have? So let me draw a circle here. How many tangents you can draw, children? I may draw like this. I may draw like this. I may draw like this. So how many tangents you can draw? Infinitely many tangents you can draw. The same question I will change and ask you. First, let me write the answer for this. Infinitely many tangents you can draw for a circle. Okay, same. I'm changing the question. Look here. How many tangents you can draw from a point on a circle? From a point on a circle means on a circumference of a circle. There I cannot say infinitely many. So look here, how many tangents you can draw from a point on a circle? From a point means only one tangent you can draw from this point. Only one tangent you can draw, children. The same question. What is the original question? How many tangents you can draw for a circle? Infinitely many. How many tangents you can draw from a point on a circle means you can say only one tangent I can draw. Next one. A tangent to a circle. Okay, let's imagine this is a tangent to a circle. Intersects it in. How many points it is intersecting? Only 1 point. It is intersecting at 1 point. Next one, a line intersecting a circle in 2 points. Line intersecting a circle at 2 points. Look here. A line intersecting 2 points on a circle. What is this line? We have learned now. What is that? It has a name, that is secant. These type of lines are called as a secant. It is a line which passes through the circle intersecting at 2 points. It is called as secant. Next, third sub question. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. How many parallel tangents means how many diameters you can draw in a circle? That many parallel tangents you may get. So what is your answer here? Infinitely many parallel tangents at the most. Many you may get. We can't count and say, right? Next one. Fourth sub question. The common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle is called dash. What is a common point for a line where it touches a point and for a circle? What is this point called as? We have said one name. What is that? The point where it touches the circle or a tangent is touching at one point of a circle. What is that point called as? Called as point of contact. That is called as point of contact. See the third problem. A tangent PQ. So look here. PQ is a tangent at a point P of a circle. Point of contact P is touching at the circle. Right? At a point P of a circle of radius 5 centimeters. From this point, radius is how much? 5 centimeters from center, children. Meets a line through the center. Let us make to join. First draw PQ as a tangent. From this P, join to the center and the radius length is 5 centimeters. Through the center O at a point Q. Join a line, it seems. Draw a line from center to Q. Okay? At a point Q, so that OQ is equal to 12 centimeters. What is the length of this OQ? 12 centimeters. Length PQA is how much? Means what is the tangent length is your question. I can see a right angled triangle. How, children? Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius of a circle. Tangent is always perpendicular to the radius of a circle through the point of contact. So according to that point, I have written here perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degrees. Then only this triangle, observe children, which type of a triangle it is? Right angle triangle. Hypotenuse. OQ is hypotenuse and these two are the sides. So which formula you may remember? You can remember Pythagoras theorem, one formula. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of this square plus this square. Okay. What is OQ, children? 12. 12 whole square. OP 5 whole square. I don't know PQ square, right? So 12 12s are 144. 5 5s are 25 plus PQ square. Bring other side. Directly interchange, children. 25 bring this side. 144 minus 144 minus 25 is how much? It will be 119. That means PQ square 119, children. This square send other side. Apply square root. What is your answer? The length of the tangent PQ is equal to square root of 119 centimeters. Why it is centimeter? They have given here unit centimeters. So which option is correct? Yes, D option is correct. Okay, once again understand carefully. PQ is a tangent touching at P to the circle, and through the center the length is 5 centimeters radius, and 0 to Q. Q is some point. They did not say here. It's a line through the center O at a point Q. From O to Q, join children. So length of this OQ is 12 centimeters given. Find the tangent means apply Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. You are going to get your answer. Okay. So last and final problem of this exercise, that is, draw a circle. Okay, I will draw a circle here. Let me draw a circle. Yes. Draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line. Where is a given line? Okay, you can see a line here. They asked us to draw a circle. I have drawn. And two lines parallel to a given line. Two lines I did not draw, children. A given line I have drawn. So let's see here. I have drawn a given line. Let me mark it. A and this is B. AB is the given line. For this line, you need to draw two lines such that one is a tangent and the other a secant to the circle. Oh, okay. For this line, we need to do parallel lines. For this line, we need to do parallel lines. So, one tangent I should draw and one secant I should draw. Okay, I have drawn a parallel line. You can see this. CD. CD is parallel to, imagine children, CD is parallel to AB. Then what is the line for the given line? This line is a secant. Now draw tangent which is parallel, children. You can draw here or you can draw here. Any way you can do. So you may do here or parallel line. I may do like this also. PQ. PQ is a tangent touching at one point. PQ is parallel to AB, where PQ is a tangent and CD is a secant. They asked us to draw two lines parallel to the given line such that all are parallel. It should not come inside, children, that also observe. And with this pen, I was unable to touch at one point. Actually, tangent means it touches at only one point, children. So like this. It should not touch more part. It should touch at only one point. And I can say this is a line parallel to the given line. And this is a tangent and secant. Secant is parallel to the given line. Okay, with this we are going to end our session, children. Actually, before this exercise, you have one tiny theorem. I want to postpone that theorem to the next session. In our next session, we are going to first continue with this exercise before theorem and your next theorem, two theorems, and then we are going to start your next exercise. Until that, keep watching. Thank you all.